I wanted to go overtime so it'll feel like a 1 o'clock game, just so you know.
The Hurricanes.
Thank you. Great team win, gritty win. You know, it's one of those wins that you'll look back and say, man, that was a great win. It was a great middle of January ACC battle. And give Miami a lot of credit. You know, there was a moment in the game where I thought Isaiah Wong just took the game over. He had a stretch where we just couldn't guard him. Give our guys a lot of grit, a lot of credit. I know we stepped up in a big way. I have to shout out Ernest Ross. You know, another one of those guys that, you know, that's been on our bench for a long time, and then, you know, came out and had 17 points and 9 rebounds. And, you know, this team's keeps putting together good games, and it's always someone else who's stepping up. And, you know, when we put the team together for the first time, we thought we had 10 guys that could play. Obviously, being down Dushan and Jack, the other 8 guys are stepping up in a big way. I don't know if you guys have congratulated Jacquel, but he is a daddy now. I don't know if I should be telling you that, but he is. There's a Jacquel Jr. that was born yesterday, and there was an opportunity. We didn't know if he was going to make the game today. He got back like at midnight last night and played the game, and so he was able to be there for the birth of his child and was able to make it back. And so, you know, he was playing with a heavy heart and as a proud new daddy. So, questions?
Did he go back to Mississippi?
He did.
Wow. And then flew back last night?
He did.
Yeah.
Kevin, what does it say about the versatility of this team to have Jacquel and Jacquel kind of struggle in the second half, have DJ and Ernest go off inside?
Yeah, you know, I thought our team was taking on an identity of you know, defensively and grit. And when you look at the stat sheet, you know, obviously they shot, you know, I think almost 50% for the game or more. But I thought we made big plays and big stops where we needed to. And, you know, Corey, what's special about this team is that every game that we get a win, I'm able to point at someone who made a difference in the game. You know, DJ came in the game 13 points, a career high in assists with 7. I didn't expect to play him that early in the second half. I kind of wanted to get to that first time out because I didn't want him to play 33 minutes, but we struggled to score. And so he came in and made a big difference for us.
Kevin, in the past when you've had guys go down, it has really kind of taken a big hit on the team. This year you've had guys go down, and yet you have people like Ernest and like EB and Gant step up. What's been the difference? Is it just a matter of depth and in the program, or is there something else?
You know, I think we've all learned. You guys know what's happened with Manny Bates and also Devin Daniels. I think one of the biggest things is the staff is also we prepare guys for, you know, you may have an opportunity, and what we've talked about is, you know, next man, not next man up, because I don't like saying that. Your opportunity, taking advantage of your opportunity, and I think everybody. Greg Gant was a guy that, you know, barely, he was a punching bag for a lot of people, never played, and then obviously he's played a lot of minutes. Ernest Ross is a guy who didn't like his minutes, but had a great week of practice. LJ's played better, and Breon is starting to get better. So we've started to develop our bench because we know that we're going to need those guys down the stretch.
Honestly, how much is it? Honestly, did you see this coming from Ernest?
Well, Craig just asked me if he would have told me, typical Craig fashion, that Greg and Ernest would get 25 and what, Craig?
I'm not talking.
Yeah. So Ernest and Greg will be pissed off at Craig because Craig didn't believe they could do it. I absolutely believed it. I knew it. No, you know, those guys have accepted a role, and what we've talked about, Luke, doing the role is the ball always finds a way to get into the rim. And I think because of them, like Ernest was great. He was around the rim all the time. He's been flying around. And I think because they're playing hard, they're developing success in that area. And, you know, both of those guys are not very skilled behind the three-point line. What their skill is, and we talked about that a lot, your skill can be how hard you play and how hard you play on the defensive end. Did I see him playing that well tonight? I thought he could get 12 and 5.
Kevin, with how much has it changed the way you guys run as an offense with DJ in the middle, being able to run things through him, whether he's turning to make a move or looking for someone else?
Yeah, I mean, I said this, and I'm gonna argue. I know somebody else will be able to say it. I don't know that there's another back to the basket guy in the country as unique as him. Here's why I say that: his ability to score. He's got a great touch around the basket, but he's also a great passer. He's a willing passer, and when he's in the game, we try to go to him as much as possible. Because we don't know how long we're going to have him in the game. Number one, because of foul trouble. And a lot of his fouls are not because of him. It's because we may get beat off the dribble and he's helping a lot. But, you know, he's unique, and we love the way he can score the ball. This is something that we haven't had in the last year or so, a reliable guy. When a team is making a run, typically in the past, because what we've had to draw up a play to get a jump shot or, you know, some type of drive. Now we can throw the ball in and kind of, you know, score off of that.
Kevin Keatts, since the Clemson loss, it's been such a great turnaround for your team. I mean, what's just been the key to the success, and how do you keep the momentum going?
I think the biggest thing from Clemson is we just didn't like the way we got out tough. You know, to be quite honest with you, you know, it was going around the locker room. We just got out tough that game. We complained. You know, we cried about every call. We didn't get it. And so we decided to stop complaining and just start playing basketball and play tough.
Is it too early to start talking about resume? I mean, now that you got the win over Duke and this win today, something you can hang your hat on.
Yeah, really too early. No, let's save that, because he's been quiet today. You're gonna save that for Joe Giglio. He'll put up his quad stuff soon, and he likes when I say that. He thinks he's a quiet guy, but way too early to talk. There's a lot of basketball to be played. I'm happy. I do know that this was another, I think, quad 1/quad 2, depends on where Miami's at, but it was against the number 16 team in the country.
Kevin, going back to toughness after the Clemson game, was there anything you did at practice to kind of get those guys to become more tough, or was it just a sit down and have come to Jesus kind of meeting and saying, hey guys, you got to be tougher?
No, I think this team, what I like about this team, you can show them on film, and they have a little pride about who they are. So when you see guys beating them to the basketball and guys making tough drives, and you know, we settled that Clemson game way too many jump shots. I even think, I'm going back to, I think T took 13 threes and never mixed it up. And so a lot of our learning has become, you know, show them on film, help them get better.
In the end,
For quads, but is it too early for you to say that you have a good team?
I like our team. We're growing. We're getting better. I don't know how good we are. We're still learning. We're still going to get better. But I'm not trading my team, but I'm not really to say how good we are. I think we're okay.
Are you concerned at all with being ranked? You've got 3 great ones in a row.
No. I mean, we just got to keep playing. I don't want us to concentrate on the wrong things. You know, you concentrate on start thinking about being ranked and all that. We kind of like the underdog role, the way we play.
DJ Bird's following up on that. You know, he's called out people. First of all, before the game, he said he wanted students to come out to dog sitters and to boyfriends coming out to this game to be fans. Then in the locker room, he said that he wants people to see them as the underdog because they want to be able to go for everyone on the schedule. I mean, talk about his energy on the team, off the court, on the court.
Well, first of all, we need to get him a PR person. I don't want him saying that, and I'm not. Once again, Craig's getting too many shout outs in this one, but we got to control him saying dog sitters and everything else coming on. Great kid. I have no idea these whole glasses thing. They're trying to force me to get some glasses on. I'm not going to do it. But you know, listen. DJ is a positive guy. He's an older guy. When you look at Jacquel and you look at a DJ and even a guy like Casey who doesn't say a lot, I think because those guys are older, they have a voice, and he's a proven guy at the college level. And so when he says something, people listen, and he's becoming a fan favorite. I mean, right now DJ could tell everybody to show up somewhere, and I think the whole student body will go there.
Kevin, in the end, after everything happened, it came down to the game being in Wong's hands. I have a feeling as a coach, you like ending the game on a turnover.
Yeah, we knew Wong was getting that basketball. And I thought our guys did a good job of getting in gaps and, you know, getting on the floor for the loose ball, and it was 0.2 on the clock. And I went back to everything I know. You can't take a shot at 0.2, so we just want to throw the ball long.
Your success is generating a lot of enthusiasm in the locker room, in the stands. When you see that, how does that make you feel, and does that make your sort of voice more effective? So, hey, this is where we can go.
No, I'm happy for our guys. Like, we work extremely hard, and you know, I think you have to look at every team different. I'm trying not to, look at what our team went through last year and project that on this team. It's a completely different team, and so these guys work so hard. In practice, they put out every day. They get after it. I don't let them get away with anything. There was a segment, I want to say, before the Virginia Tech, and I thought the starters were just going through the motion, and it was a long practice because of that. But here's what we have in this group. I think the accountability from each one of those guys and holding each other to a higher standard is what's making us a good basketball team.
Coach, you just speak on, in the locker room, he seemed very passionate on, being an underdog, and he spotted out several area North Carolina basketball teams where they don't seem like they get enough respect here in Raleigh. I think his exact words were, they put their draws on just like we do. Just from respect.
Did he say the draws?
Yeah, he did.
All right.
Yeah.
PR, we didn't know. PR.
Last question.
From a respect standpoint, where do you think that passion comes from the Raleigh, for the Raleigh ball club?
He's a competitive dude. I mean, you're talking about a young man who won 3 state championships, and he plays with passion, and he wears his heart on his sleeve, and we're not gonna worry about those type of things. We're just gonna worry about the next game. I'm gonna celebrate this game and have a great time with it. If you ask every coach at NC State, they hate noon games unless you win. So I'm happy as heck. I love the noon game. Okay, so